Hello and welcome to Pride of Soul London Fan TV. Ali here bringing you my match review of the game at Selhurst Park between Crystal Palace and West Ham, which of course finished 3-2 to West Ham. And how long ago now does Wilfried Zaha's goal seem? Let's get into the usual features, including Roy's rating, and let's start with that. I'm going to give Roy a 3 out of 10. Let's start with his team selection today. I don't think Palace fans can really get too mad on this. I think most fans were okay with the team selection before the game. I personally would have made 3 changes, and they're 3 changes that I felt before the game. I'm not just saying this after the game. I'm not being capped in hindsight, so to speak. I would have had Klein in over Joel Ward. I don't really understand why Klein hasn't been playing, although I can in the sense that he had contractual issues which have now been resolved. So please put Klein back in the team for the Wolves game. The other obvious one for most Palace fans is Jairo Riddewald, our only central midfielder really with an eye for a pass. We were very slow, sluggish, stale, stagnant, as we usually are in the middle of the park at the moment. I feel like James McArthur needs a rest. Could we change his role is something that I think. Could we put him more in the deeper James McCarthy role? I'm not convinced he's got the legs now for that box-to-box role. And there was a stat last season that James McArthur had one of the most blocks in the Premier League. Well, why not get those blocks in a deeper role, a more defensive-minded role that, you know, would protect our back four? I think he could do a job there, but I'm not convinced Roy has that flexibility and innovative approach to adapt a player in the latter stages of their career. So I'm not holding my breath on that one. The other one for me was Jordan Ayew. I would have started Jordan Ayew based purely, as I said, on a West Ham fan channel before the game. I would have started him based on his record against West Ham in recent years. But again, Roy's just not got that game-to-game approach, flexibility. And he went with his Andros Townsend, his tried but not really trusted, tested approach in Townsend, and that sort of yielded its usual results. And of course, Jordan Ayew was thrown on far too late. Absolute criminal with his record against West Ham that he was thrown on after the 70th minute. And that brings me on to the reason why Roy gets such a low rating is that old chestnut, his in-game management, his lack of desire to make subs. He hates making subs more than Phil Mitchell hates Ian Bill. I mean, at half-time, I would have made 2 changes. I would have brought Jordan Ayew on and I would have brought Jairo Riddewald on. Nothing. Not a change until the 66th minute. We were terrible in the first half. We looked a yard off the pace. Our positioning was awful. We needed a fresh impetus. You know what? I'd have even brought PVA on today. Just to give us a bit more of an attacking impetus down the left-hand side. But bringing on an attacking fullback is well beyond the imagination of Roy Hodgson. You know, I'm not PVA's biggest fan by any stretch, but I think he could have offered something in the second half. But again, we saw Roy's lack of in-game management. And, you know, it's getting to a point now where all through the season, I felt that he is at least a steady pair of hands to take us to the end of the season. I'm not so sure now. And a lot of fans saying on social media tonight that they'd like him gone now. I did a little poll on social media and over 80%, I think, were saying they want him gone now. That might be after game emotions. Let's be honest, he's not going anywhere. Probably not until the end of the season. He's definitely not going anywhere with the Wolves game coming up on Saturday, I don't think. But, you know, I've said all along that Roy, it feels this season with Roy like we're on a long car journey. And I've said this analogy so many times now that we're on this long car journey. It's really boring, but we know our destination. We know we're going to stay up, but it's not going to be fun along the way. We're not even going to get a service stop for a Mackie D's. But I'm now actually at the point where I'm quite tempted to forget the service stop. Forget that service stop. And let's just go to the lay-by, call the AA and get a repairman. And you know what? I don't even care right now that repairman, someone like Dougie Freedman, because I'm looking at the game today thinking, actually, I think most managers, anyone at the moment, could get more out of these players than Roy Hodgson. I mean, Eze is being criminally used on the left-hand side. He needs to be played through the middle. We're playing this 4-4-2, which I think has reached the end of its course. I do feel sorry for him in the sense that we lost James Tompkins. He was a loss, but that's not really an excuse. We were absolutely battered by West Ham today, and credit to them. They're looking really good, and that's the testing thing here for me. The really worrying thing is that the West Ham and the Aston Villa games are the worrying games for me. 2 teams that we, if we want to get in that top 10 to, need to be competing with. Villa beat us 3-0 with 10 men, played a much more progressive style, as did West Ham today. This is a West Ham team we beat twice last season, and it shows how far we're regressing and how far they're progressing. And I think if that doesn't ring any alarm bells in Steve Parish, I don't know what will. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments below in terms of Roy Hodgson. Are you Roy out now, Roy out at the end of the season? If you're Roy to extend his contract, please justify it to me in the comments below. I'd love to know. Man of the match, Wilfried Zaha, maybe, just for the opening goal. I don't think he had his best game after that, but the opening goal when you're playing an informed West Ham team, we knew we needed to come out early, but in the end of the day, it didn't matter anyway, did it? But I do feel, as normal, he needs to be backed up more by the rest of the team. There were a lot of, we talk about Roy, but there were a lot of poor performances out there today. For me, Christian Benteke, just, I think that resurgence of forms, Dana, he needs to go. The lack of mobility, even though Antonio missed all of those chances, he showed really what a man should do when he's leading the line with his movement. And I think Mateta coming in can't come soon enough. Bring him in against Wolves. We might as well throw him in. But as a lot of fans are saying, what's the point? Will Roy get the best out of him? It just feels like there's so much negative around us at the moment. But you never know with Palace. We could turn it around on Saturday. So I'll be there for a review of the Wolves. Let's hope we're feeling much more positive. As always, if you like what you see in this video, press that subscribe button. If you haven't seen it, check out my recent interview with Robbie Lyle from Arsenal Fan TV after the Arsenal game. And as always, leave your comments. What are you thinking about Hodgson? What are you thinking about transfers? Do you want Demarai Gray? The other interesting topic this week, would you take Frank Lampard? Personally, I'm a no, but let me know in the comments below. And as always, press that subscribe button. See you next time for the Wolves game.